What you're witnessing is the first 100 day of Prabowo Gibran's presidency. After a controversial last-minute changes of the requirements for nomination as a presidential candidates by the Constitutional Court, Prabowo and his vice, Gibran, successfully claimed the throne. Prabowo and Gibran have their number one program, which was free meal program. Government will provide free nutritious meal for students throughout Indonesia. The goal is to prevent stunting. During their campaign, they were eagerly supporting the mega project of Nusantara Capital, or IKN. IKN is an ambitious project by the former President Joko Widodo, father of Gibran, aiming to give Indonesia a new capital. 100 days have passed since the induction of Prabowo and Gibran. Problem started to arise. The government is implementing budget efficiency. They started to firing many of government employees. Most of them are low incomes. They also cut government budget in many sectors. One of them is budget in Nusantara Capital, the mega project they supported vehemently during the campaign. There has been a growing public distrust towards the police and military regarding corruption, police brutality, and incompetencies. In the midst of public dissatisfaction, there have been a censorship by the authorities towards freedom of speech in art. The government also launched a super holding called Danantara, aimed to upgrade Indonesia's status from developing country to developed country. This project viewed risky and vulnerable to corruption. Students react to the first 100 days of Prabowo Gibran presidency by taking to the streets and demand for changes. The movement is called Dark Indonesia. To view the Dark Indonesia protest from the civilian perspective, I decided to do an interview with a teacher in Kalam Kudus Green Garden, Mr. Ari. Mr. Ari is a maths teacher and one of the students who demonstrated in 1998. Okay, welcome back with me, Marcelino, and right now I'm with Mr. Ari as a math teacher in Kalam Kudus Green Garden, and as one of a political observer in Kalam Kudus. Yeah, and hello, Pak Ari.
Hello.
Hello. So the reason why I am here is because I want to interview you about the matter of Dark Indonesia protest that's going on
Indonesia gelap.
throughout Indonesia. And I assume you know about the recent updates about the movement, right?
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay, but it's just opinion. Okay. So as we can see, the methods of student protest is a majority of the kind of protest in the history of Indonesian democracy. And do you think it is an efficient method for a social movement, like in Dark Indonesia movement?
Based on the history and based on what happened right now, I think the student movement is compare the other social movement. I think the student movement is the effectiveness of students is more than other movements. But it depends on what issues they brought in the movement. I think,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of issues, but with the student movement, and it doesn't work. So it depends on what issues they brought to the movement. I think the effectiveness, I think it depends on
the matter,
yes.
Not-
The content
yeah.
of the
not on who brought it.
yeah.
Okay.
Because the student movement it cannot be it cannot stand alone. it must be what you call needs backup from other civil movements,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
labor,
Yeah.
farmer.
Maybe you explain it because it's one of your experience during your
Yeah, yeah,
student era.
Yeah. In '98.
Yeah. Okay. About the student protests, they brought 13 demands to the government
Yeah.
regarding many issue during the 100 year of Prabowo Gibran terms.
100th day.
Yeah, 100 days. And one of the demand is the cancellation of the cutting of the government budget in education. Are you in favor for this demand?
I'm not focusing with 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 one issue. I think I want think I will look with a wide perspective.
Okay.
When government talk the efficiency of budgeting or something, it likes they not consistent with what
What program they? Yeah.
because when you talk about effectiveness at the same times
You cut budget.
no
Oh.
the effectiveness, and at the same times you have a lot of minister, you have a lot of
Okay.
vice minister.
Yeah.
You cannot talk of effectiveness if there
Yeah.
is a fat cabinet, a lot of minister, a lot of
And if we see the cabinet itself, its image is inefficiency.
yeah.
Yeah. And at the same time, they want to do efficiency
Yes.
thing. Yeah.
Contradictive.
Yeah.
It's contradictive things that the government. I don't know. Maybe they think the Indonesian peoples is still stupid,
Oh.
so they can make it anything like that. I don't know.
Okay. And do you think this cancellation of budget cut in education will be realized by the government? Do they will actually cancel it?
When Sri Mulyani
Yeah.
make a statement, it's not talk about the future, but right now.
Short term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ongoing policy
Yeah.
is not cancelled, but it's not nggak terkena,
Won't be cancelled.
won't be cancelled. But
Yeah.
we don't know about the next year or
Ahead.
yeah.
Maybe because we see the government right now is unpredictable.
Yeah. There's a lot policy that
Inconsistent.
inconsistency policy.
Okay.
So
Okay. During the second term of Jokowi's presidency, we see an increase of military involvement in the government. Do you think this kind of involvement by the militaries resembled the Duifungsi system in your order?
talk about differences, military. I think right now is we don't talk about differences anymore, but multifunction. I think
Multifungsi. Yeah.
multifunction, because there's a lot military active military which they
Hold office
Yeah.
right now.
in the BUMN,
Yeah.
in the cabinet also. And when we talk about the law,
Yeah.
the military law, TNI, undang-undang TNI,
Yeah.
President Prabowo himself broke law when he appoints Mayor Teddy to the Seskap.
Iya, iya.
So apakah susah ngomong.
Iya.
Apakah ada hubungannya antara peningkatan efisiensi anggaran di tahun itu dengan akhirnya banyaknya ABRI yang akhirnya masuk ke dalam pemerintahan, hubungannya sejauh apa nggak tahu juga sih. But when Prabowo appoint a lot of
Active military officer.
So we don't talk about duifungsi anymore.
It's multifunction.
It's multifunction. Dan nggak bisa dihindari karena Prabowo militer.
Yeah. It's in his doctrine.
Yeah.
And do you think that military should stay away from the government affair?
Yeah, for sure. Yes, for sure.
Why is that?
What 98 reformasi, one of lot of agenda when 98 student movement
Happens.
Yeah. It's stay away military from the government.
From the government.
Yeah. So itu harus terus dipertahankan maksudnya. Ya itu cita-cita reformasi. So apapun yang terjadi itu harus terus, because the undang-undang juga ngomong itu.
Yeah. So maybe this new kind of military involvement in government is some sort of a cancellation and a treacherous thing to the reformasi. Do you think so?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I don't know what happened today. I think lot of people around Prabowo actually they
Have a history with
Prabowo.
Prabowo.
With Prabowo.
Yeah.
In 98. So I don't know. Itu menjadi pembenaran atau justification Prabowo. I don't know.
Okay. And after the multifunction of the military, we will talk about an ongoing programs, an ambitious programs by Prabowo government. It is a free meal program.
Makan bergizi gratis.
Yes, and since that program is launched, we see many issue, many problem that came along with it. And consider the giant budget for this program and the problems that come with it. How long do you think this program will go on?
I think the government will do anything to make sure that this program is going on.
Maybe because we see that during the campaign, this is their number one program.
The number one program in their campaign. So at any cost, I think at any cost they will still going.
And
with
sure,
this program.
let's continue. Yeah. Okay. And about maybe days ago, the government also launched a super holding called Danantara. It aimed to make Indonesia status go from developing countries to developed countries. And this plan is viewed ambitious and vulnerable to corruption.
Yeah.
And recently, the government appointed Tony Blair, former British Prime Minister, as Danantara Supervisor Council. Do you think this appointment could guarantee the safety and the success of this program?
It cannot depends on one person, I think. There's a lot of variable. It can make this program fail or success, I think. I don't know what what in back mind of government.
Yeah.
I don't know. They have a calculation that guarantee this program success. I don't know, but in the in the in the recent
Yeah.
in the recent time, there's a lot of issues about trust. People
Take
money,
their money from
take
bank.
their money from
State-owned bank.
Yeah, state-owned bank. I don't know apakah this issue is going bigger or not. I don't know. I hope not. I hope not, because when it happens, I think the crisis 98, it can be happen again.
Oh.
I think.
Is it bigger?
No, I hope not. I hope not.
Yeah. But it is a big gamble
It's a big gamble,
by government.
but maybe big bait, big catch, maybe.
High risk,
High risk, high
high income. Yeah. Okay. So that is for the interview today about 100 days of Prabowo Gibran terms and the ongoing massive protests in Indonesia. Marcelino reported. Back to the studio. Thank you. What we saw is only 100 days out of 5 years presidency term of Prabowo and Gibran. What lies ahead, either it's dark or light, we don't know for sure, but we can see the signs from now.
Raise the pressure.